Hey guys, I want to talk about Adobe Max 2025. So, I've been listening and watching the updates this week, and I've been thinking a lot about my opinion. To be honest, something hasn't sat quite right with me, and I've been trying to decide what it really is that bothers me, and I think I've figured it out. So, I have used Adobe forever. I've been using Adobe since the 80s. So I'm an OG user, power user. I'm a big evangelist for Adobe. I teach Adobe. I use it every day of my life. I think I've owned every different version of the software, and I've tried every iteration of the different programs. So I've been here for a long time. And for the first time, I feel like Adobe is neglecting me as a customer. And that's a surprise. Um, while I've hung in there through the subscription and through buying all the different professional versions from Creative Cloud to um, the other, what was it? I can't remember now, but it was a Adobe Creative something, Creative Suite when they first bundled everything. So I've hung in there and I've bought the different versions and I've tried it all. And I really feel like they weren't talking to me anymore. They were talking to their enterprise and corporate clients, especially when it revolves around AI. Everything they released and talked about was efficiency, increasing your workflow, essentially bypassing the creative person who's been doing the work for a long time. Now, I'm not afraid of innovation. I actually use AI for a variety of reasons. So I understand its impact on the workforce. But I kind of wish Adobe's perspective was to use AI to make my life better, not just a corporate unknown system that can now create multiple versions of my content or figure out different ways to market and advertise and embed things into social media at a click, or some other tools which um, were were there to kind of enhance your ability to remove things from photos, or whatever. You get the idea. um, Basically making it designer unnecessary, right? So some of the things that you've acquired as a skill over time, learning how to edit photos or modify things or change things or edit things using their tools, are now not skills in demand because AI can do it for you and can frankly do it better. So sure, that's good. I get it. Totally understand. We can't avoid it. But I kind of wish, again, that Adobe took this from the perspective of how can AI help the single creative user? How can we make their business better, their workflow better? Not the corporation, not the entity, not the enterprise user, but the individual artist that uses it every day and has hung in there all along. You know, um, Someone was rattling off some ideas, and I thought this was great. And I'm gonna have to think about different things I wish Adobe Illustrator had, for example. One of them was, why not a mock-up studio inside Illustrator where you could take your design and quickly make the different mock-ups that you need to show your work on different elements and different items. Not just a simple like slap-on tool like we have now, but actually like a design suite that picks up other photo mock-ups and allows you to embed your art and try different views, right? Or how about something that more like actions that pick up your way to use Illustrator or Photoshop and allows that to become your system. So the AI learns how you work and can help you make your creative decisions faster. And frankly, I was kind of frightened when they brought up the artist who was basically dumping in their style, and then Firefly was going to spit out different versions of their art in their style. Frankly, I don't want to give up that control to the computer. I don't want AI mimicking my style. That's not what I need from AI. I need help with the mundane things. So some of the Photoshop edits, for example, like, replacing background or removing items from photos. Okay, I get it. That would take me a lot of time. Now I can do it faster. Those kinds of edits I can understand. But when we're pushing toward, hey, one designer designs a mock-up and then from now on everything else gets done for them, again, that benefits the enterprise user, I think, more than the individual creative. So I wish they'd put their thinking caps on and try to come up with more reasons to attract me, to keep me as their user of Adobe and keep me from switching to Affinity, right? I don't know. That's my 2 cents. That's my off the cuff thought on Adobe Max this year. I'm not going to abandon Adobe. Like I say, I use it every day. Vector Art, Illustrator is one of my favorite tools. Um, but I kind of wish the perspective was more toward the individual artist, creator, entrepreneur, as opposed to the enterprise client, which is paying the huge subscription fees. I guess the answer's in their business model. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I'll just go draw and procreate. All right, see you guys. What do you think?